Welcome back, my friends. I am Katie Hornor, your host of the Flamingo Advantage Podcast, and I am so excited to bring to you another Kingdom Flamingo doing God's work in the world in the way that only she could possibly do it. We're excited to hear from someone today who has a very special job, both in the daytime and in the evening. But before I introduce her, I want you to go and click subscribe. If you're watching this, if you're listening, go ahead and hit the share button. You know, there's somebody out there who needs to hear about how to be unique and blend their faith into their business. Please do share that with a friend so that we can help get this message to more people. Today, we're going to hear from someone who equips busy communicators to be able to get their projects done, to be able to problem solve their problems in a more efficient and effective way. She helps you turn your ideas into those big ministry or business projects. And she does it by working a day job and helping her clients in the evening, because most of her clients are also working day jobs. So I'm really excited to hear from this unique niche and this amazing woman, Christa Hutchins. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me. This is fun. Congratulations on your new thing here. I'm excited to see how God uses it.
Oh, he's using it already. I'm so thrilled from what we're hearing from those that are listening. And, this idea of the Flamingo Advantage and, number one, I think it gets people's attention, right? A Flamingo Advantage, like what advantage do those weird birds have, right? But
well, they need to read your book and find out, and then they'll know.
Right. But, and in the book, and if you study flamingos, you realize that the thing that is what we think of immediately as the most weird, their color, is actually one of their biggest benefits. It's how they were created. It was very much on purpose. And it serves for both protection, and it serves in leadership. It serves the ecosystem. Like there's so many different reasons for why a flamingo is pink. And there's so many different reasons for why God gifted us, the businesses that he has gifted us. I'd love for you to share with our listeners how God gifted you the business that you have today.
Well, like you mentioned, I work full time. I'm a chemical engineer by degree. I work as a project manager in the engineering and construction industry, which means that I have a kind of a very linear thinking brain, and I'm able to pull structure and strategy and relationships, correlations between things really easily. And so through some volunteer work in different places, I realized that a lot of my creative communicator type friends struggle with that. They have the big swirl of ideas in their brain, and they struggle with prioritizing it. And then even once they figure out what to do, how do they break that down into steps to do it? So I began serving women by helping them break down those big ideas into little projects using my project management background, and even a lot of the project management language that we use in corporate projects, bringing it down to in ways that people can understand who don't have that background, who don't have that technical background, but can do that. And so I love especially working with other women who are working during the day, because that brings its own unique set of challenges when you're trying to build a business or ministry online or in person. That you have your own set of challenges when you're tied up all day and you only have evenings, weekends, whatever other time you can grab to work on your big idea.
Is that the common thread through most of your clients? Is there limited work hours, or is there a specific kind of work that you find works best with what you're doing, or a specific kind of niche or anything like that?
No, it's mostly work hours, but it is focused around, I guess I gravitate towards creatives. So writers, speakers, podcasters, people with creative businesses, products, and things like that. So I kind of gravitate towards those type of creative people. My dad was a writer, so I kind of have that creativity side of me in addition to my engineer brain, and so I'm able to bridge that gap for people. And so people who are And I find often that people who work during the day, their side business or ministry is creative because it's their creative outlet that they don't get to use during the day. So it works at both ends of that.
And how do you find blending your faith into your business looks like? Like you're working all the time, right? I don't know when you sleep. Like you have a day job, you have a family, and you're helping these clients in the evening. How do you stay grounded in your faith? Like what does that look like for you in terms of blending it and also staying in the word the way you need to?
Yeah, it's a matter of priorities and knowing where your time is. And for me, one of the reasons I'm able to do a lot of it is I am an empty nester. So I have a family that does live close by, but they're not in my house. My husband and I in our house. So I do have a lot of time on the evenings and the weekends. That is, I'm free to do whatever I want to do, and so that helps me from a time standpoint stay grounded. I have, especially this year, really worked at establishing a Sabbath period where I don't work Saturday evening till Sunday after church. That's what my Sabbath looks like. And so I spend that time with my husband and my church family and prioritizing my relationship with the Lord during that. And then, of course, morning quiet times and Bible study, making sure that I've made time for that. So I think making sure that I have time for the people and the places that matter to me helps keep me grounded and helps me keep my eyes where they belong.
Hmm. And your business and what you do is got relationships all throughout. Like
Yes.
you already said in your engineering, you're talking about relationships. In the clients that you're helping with their projects, you're talking about relationships. I've heard you speak at our summit a couple of months ago about the visibility and the importance of relationships for greater visibility in your business.
Yeah.
Tell us more about how those relationships play in and what is your special spark that you add to that with your clients?
I think the special spark is generosity. I'm very generous with promoting things that my clients do, and with my friends and people that I've met and that I have supported me and that I've supported them in this online business world of sharing those things, not just when it benefits me, not when it's just an affiliate link or whatever, but sharing because I genuinely want people that I care about to be successful. And I believe in what they're doing and I want other people to know about it. So I think, everybody needs to be working on relationships and making time to network with people, to have coffee chats with people, just to learn what people are doing so that you have a big basket of options that you can offer people when they need help if you can't help them yourself. But I think the generosity, the level of generosity is what people remark on a lot when they talk about the things that I do in relationships.
I love that. And I think it's almost counterintuitive. It's not what we would
Mm,
expect because here you are talking about your busy day schedule and your busy client evening schedule. And then you're saying the key to all of this is being generous with your time.
yeah. I think it's being generous with your time, but also being generous with your wisdom, being generous with your other connections, being generous with your platform, whatever size your platform is, whether it's big or small, being generous with that and offering it to other people. You have no idea what an encouragement that is to someone, especially if it's someone who's coming along behind a step or two behind you, for you to share your platform with them, for you to invite them on an Instagram live or to invite them, to share about their product in your newsletter. It is a huge encouragement, even if it doesn't yield a sale or anything for them. Just validating what they do means so much to people. And so that's an easy way to be generous. It's very
Mm.
easy ways to be generous without being protective of your own territory.
I love that. I love that. There is no competition in the kingdom.
No,
And
absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
always the biggest blessing is for those of us who are giving not to the detriment of what God has called us to do, but
That's
out
right.
of the abundance of what he's
Right.
called us to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So important.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom with us today, Christa. Tell our listeners where they can connect with you.
They can connect at doanewthing.com or on Facebook or Instagram. Mostly Instagram probably is the best, at Do a New Thing. You can find me there. I'd love to connect and chat and just understand and hear more about what your listeners are doing.
Awesome. We'll put those links in the show notes for you guys. Remember, as you go forward from here, that your message matters. You have a unique message and a unique gift to give to the world. And someone out there is waiting for you to step up and do your thing so they can do their thing. God bless you guys. We'll see you in the next episode.